Chapter 7 Bhima and the Demon. Have you heard the stories of the Pandavas and the Kauravas? They were cousins who fought the great battle of Mahabharata. King Pandu's 5 sons were known as Pandavas, whereas his brothers Dhritarashtra's 100 sons were known as Kauravas. Bhima was one of the Pandavas' brother. He was very big and as strong as the wind itself. Once the eldest Kaurava, Duryodhana, carried a plan to kill the Pandavas in a fire by making a palace out of wax. The Pandavas acted wisely and secretly dug a tunnel under the palace and saved themselves from the fire. They decided not to return to Hastinapura for some time and travel from one city to another with their mother Kunti. On one such occasion, the Pandavas stayed with a Brahmin family in a village named Ekchakra. The Brahmin and his family was very nice to them. One evening, when the Pandavas were away for begging alms, Kunti heard a woman crying. She heard voices from inside the house. From what she heard, Kunti understood the Brahmana family was in some kind of trouble. She went in and asked the Brahmin's mother, "Sister, why are you crying? Are you in some kind of trouble? Can we help?" The Brahmin woman said in a sad voice, No one can help us. We have to accept our fate." But Kunti insisted, "You must tell me about your problem. Maybe my sons can help you." Then the woman told Kunti the entire story. People in this village are living under the shadow of death. Every day, one man from village has to meet his death. "Why? Who kills them?" asked Kunti in surprise. "Baksura," answered the Brahmin woman. "He is a demon who lives in the forest beyond this village. Every now and then he used to kill many people. At last the village headman went to appeal to him to have pity on us. They came to an agreement. According to it, every morning one man has to go to the demon along with a cart of lot of food. That way only one person is killed every day. Tomorrow it happens to be my son's turn to go to him. We shall never see him again." And she started crying again. "Stop crying," Kunti said. "I am sure that my son Bhima can help you. He can go in place of your son." Shaking her head, the woman said, "Oh, no, I can't even hear of this. You are our guest. I cannot allow your son to die for us." "Do not worry," Kunti smiled. "My son Bhima has killed many demons before. He will come back safe when the Pandavas return home." Kunti told them about the demon. "The poor young man will be sent to his death tomorrow. His mother is crying her heart out. Bhima, can you do something to save him and the village from the Baksura?" Kunti asked Bhima. "Of course, I shall go to the demon tomorrow. Ask the Brahmin's mother to keep the food ready," replied Bhima. Early next morning, Bhima left for the forest pushing the cart loaded with rice, bread, milk, vegetables, fruits and sweets. All the people in the village had gathered to thank and say goodbye to him, but Bhima did not seem to be worried at all. He set off his journey laughingly. When Bhima reached the edge of the forest, he sat down comfortably on the top of the cart. He was feeling hungry. He started eating the bananas and in no time he finished a whole bunch of it, throwing its skin all around the place. Next he attacked the mountain of rice. When the demon appeared roaring, Bhima has eaten up almost all the food. The demon had taken the form of huge crane. He roared angrily, "Who ate my food?" "I did," answered Bhima. Can't you see? There is no one else here to eat your food." "How dare you?" thundered Baksura. "No one has ever had the courage to touch my food. I am hungry." "I am sorry, friend," said Bhima, smiling. "I was too hungry and you are late in coming here. I am here and I am big enough to fill your stomach." Baksura bared his teeth and rushed toward Bhima, but Bhima was prepared for that. After a fierce fighting, he killed Baksura and put his body on the cart. Dragging him all along the way, he returned to the village. People could not believe their eyes. They could not believe the demon had really been killed and would never trouble them again. Now they could live without fear. They thanked Bhima with tears in their eyes. There was a great rejoicing in the village that night.